Hey everybody, what is going on? Hexlex here. Got another Master Duel video for you, and it's Monday, which means it is time for yet another one of our viewer specials. So if you're new to the channel or new to the series, first of all, welcome. Second of all, every Monday here on the channel, we showcase some of your replays, see what cool decks you're cooking up, and what awesome games you have with them. If you want to submit a game for the viewer special, head down to the description below. We have a Discord invite link to our server, the Hexlexplex. Under the Master Duel section, there's a channel called Viewer Special Submissions. You can drop your 9-digit player ID right there, so I can view your publicly saved replays. But yeah, that's the spiel, little breakdown there, so let's start watching some of your games. Alright, our first duel comes to us from Toadette, who is actually playing, I believe this is going to be Burning Abyss? Yes, Burning Abyss, which I think did get some amount of new support, right? It was this card right here, yes. Loose, the Dusk's Dark, is a new fusion monster that has some pretty interesting effects, protecting monsters in your left or rightmost zone, and it works with fiends and fairies as well. So, is this card also new, I believe? The Dawn's Light? Yeah, because it also references leftmost or rightmost zones. So yeah, another addition to the, I don't really call it a Fiend pile, because this does seem like pretty dedicated, or at least somewhat, you know, Burning Abyss here. No Dante though, but it's all good. I don't even know if Dante is even still played in Burning Abyss. It's been so long since I've played the deck, but our opponent is going to be on Lunalight. Looks like they're playing a fairly standard Lunalight build, although they have decided to include the Arc Nemesis Protos, which I think is a little bit gimmicky, but not horrible by any means. Alright, let us see what we have here. Now, just because we're going first against Lunalight doesn't make them any less scary of a deck, right? As long as they drop that Liger Dancer, we could be in trouble. So let's see how we play this out. Opening with Terratop as well as Graph. We're going to lead with the Special Summon Terratop here, adding the Takaton Borg, Special Takaton Borg, and then we're going to overlay, or link rather, into Cherubini. I always think Cherubini is a Xyz monster at first for some reason, because it needs level 3s, but okay, so opponent did have an Ash Blossom. Looks like they were saving it for our Fiendish Rhino Warrior, which is not going to be able to send any Fiends from the deck to the graveyard. We can summon the Graph here, and then link off into Moon of the Closed Heaven. We're going to go Graph F to summon Seer. Seer destroys itself because we have a non-Burning Abyss monster, but Seer can just bring back the Cherubini, which is a Burning Abyss monster that is not destroyed when there are non-Burning Abyss monsters in play. Alright, now we go Moon for Requiem. They have a Dominus Impulse for our Requiem. Wow, so we're having to play through multiple hand traps here. Or rather not, as we're setting Droplet and then passing back to our opponent. Let's see what they end up doing. Normal summon Gold Leo. Gold Leo F in order to add and then probably discard the Yellow Martin here. Now, thankfully for us, we did happen to open a pretty good hand trap against Lunalight. It's going to be Droll and Lockbird. Even if they had a Call By or Cross out here, we actually are on the second copy in hand in order to still be able to make plays. Okay, so we're gonna activate Tiger, bounce Tiger, summon back Yellow Martin. Now they're making a rank 4 here. It's gonna be the Tiger King. Tiger King will allow them to set Tenki from deck. Of course, they can't use it, but they can still set it. Now, Fire King to detach to negate Cherubini, but looks like they were mostly just hoping to use Tiger to revive, although they didn't end up doing that. Oh, because it can't attack. Okay, got it. Yeah, so they'll revive Yellow Martin main phase 2 and now link into SP? Yeah, SP. It's like SP will banish the face down card, and then they'll pass back over to us. Alright, thankfully we found Tour Guide here. That's an excellent top deck. Probably the best top deck we could have had here. Summoning Buio the Dawn's Light, we're going to link these two off into Unchained Soul Lord of Yama. Now we go Yama F, Chainlink 1, Buio F, Chainlink 2. Oh, so Mutiny in the Sky, that card I hovered over, was a new card. I was wondering if that was the case. Okay, and this is our Fusion Summon spell. Got it. Okay, that makes sense. Yama's going to go for Aruha. Now moving to battle phase, we're going to battle over the SP Little Knight to make sure that it doesn't interfere with us. Now we can fuse the Fiend's Requiem and Moon in order to summon Aerial Eater here. Aerial Eater F, let us send off the Sharvara. Sharvara is going to set Escape of the Unchained. Now we go Aruha. Pop Escape of the Unchained to summon. Escape effect, summoning out Shyama. Shyama F to pop Aruha, as well as their Tiger. Now Aruha summons out Sarama. It's been so long since I've seen that that sequence of plays. It reminded me of just how long it's been since I've played like a dedicated Unchained deck, as opposed to just using like an Unchained engine in Yubel or something. Alright, Rage and Yama get to trigger here. Yama F in order to revive the Fiendish Rhino Warrior. And then we're going to add back Graph. Linking off Fiendish Rhino with the Aerial Eater is going to let us go into Moon again? It is Moon again, okay. Now that's... Okay, let's just get the Rhino Warrior in the graveyard to make sure we have the Engraver set up. And then now we're summoning Requiem again. Because we put it back earlier, that's so good. Yep, now we can go Requiem for the Lacrima. Lacrima has to dump off the other Engraver. Engraver F in order to revive. Yeah, because we haven't made Sequence yet. Because we used the spell card in order to summon out the Aerial Eater. Now we can go Sequence F. Yep. And looks like we are going to make Desiree here. Which I think is a pretty smart option. Pop to summon Shyama, Sarama F activates. Now we can make our Abao Aku. Fiendsmith Sequence equips to Desiree. Alright, and we still have the draw on Lockbird. So, yeah, we're looking really, really solid here. They're going to flip up their Tenki, add Lunalight Tiger, another copy of it, but we're just going to draw them yet again. And they were like, no more, I'm done. So yeah, I think this is a really, really cool example of using the new Fiend support, the mini engine for that fusion summon in order to further add to the Fiend pile of Unchained and Burning Abyss. Excellent dual Toad, thank you very much for showing that off. Let us go into our next. Okay, next game comes to us from Rag. Rag's got a duel here where they're going to be going second against Maliss. Ooh, always scary. And we're going to be on a Fiendsmith Regenesis pile. So I decided to check this out because I was quite curious to see exactly what all this entailed. Looks like we're utilizing the Regenesis cards with Bestials, which do have 2,500 attack points, as well as making use of Dragon's Mind as well. Cool stuff. Yeah, very eager to see how this plays out. And then, as mentioned before, we are going to be going second up against Maliss here. Looks like this was pre-banless, as we are seeing 3 Jolt and Lockbirds here. It's always funny seeing a card limited to 2 and then 3 copies of it. But anyway, yeah, let's go ahead and check out this game here. Yeah, so playing Bestial Engine like this is actually pretty good against Maliss. It's really easy to think like, oh, Maliss, you know, they don't care about Bestials, they use them as extenders, but of course, against Link Decoder / the Splash Mage target, Bestials are still highly, highly useful against Maliss for sure. I feel like a deck like this, if we're playing Lava Golems, gets even better after the new set and ban list, right? Because now that Liger Dancers are running around, we can just Lava Golem them. Alright, they're going to go for the Dormouse here. Add back the March Hare after banishing it. Still under the Fua, though. Let's see what they all do under Fualos here. Okay, here's Splash Mage. Finding another Fualos, that's really funny. Yeah, if I were our opponent here, I'd probably just stop at this point. But they might make Hardscriptor. Nope, okay. I was gonna say, okay, maybe you make Hardscriptor, give your opponent 2 draws, and then pass, but they're just going for it. Wow. White Binder lets us draw 2. We're gonna nib them. And they should be out of stuff to do at this point, right? Unless they have like Link Spider backup at Ignister or something like that. Nope, okay. Even then they already used the Wizards though. And Splash Mage. Alright, we're gonna lead with Regenesis, adding a copy of Regenesis Archfiend. They're gonna fire off the Maliss March Hare, banishing White Binder F to summon. Now we're gonna draw, we're gonna go triple Tactics Talent, and we can take control of their Nib token. Gonna reveal Lava Golem. Oh, because it's 2,500 attack or defense. That's right. That's right. And Lava Golem has 2,500 defense. Oh, that makes Lava Golem a really good tech for Regenesis, not only in general, but especially right now, again, with all the, Liger Dancers out there. Alright, Nib token battles over the White Binder. We're gonna go for the Imperm on the Sage here. That's interesting. Oh, because then that way we... Because this negates, right? Yeah, where's my cursor? Here it is. Yeah. Okay, so they Imperm the Sage, that way they could go for a GWC and survive. That makes sense, okay. Oh, interesting. I didn't realize Dragon's Mind... I guess I just assumed because of the name that it required a dragon monster, but nope. It's any monster 2,500 attack. So that means we can flip it like, yep, right here. Oh, because Dragon's Bind with a B is the one that needs you to have a dragon. See, I thought that what I saw was a counter trap. I was like, oh, I thought this was a floodgate card. Is that not what this is? That's Dragon's Bind with a B I was thinking of. Okay, now things make more sense to me. Okay, they're going to try to make a Lingribo here, and they do actually have the backup at Ignister. Backup Ignister can... Oh, they have another wizard? Or did they not use the first one? Did I miss that? Hang on a sec. Okay, yeah, they are on 2 copies of Wizard at Ignister. That's a little bit weird. But, I mean, I guess it works for them here. In this case, it's a pretty good thing they had it, right? Okay, they're going to Little Knight banish their own March Hare in order to add itself back. Now they can go March Hare to banish, like, the White Binder out of the graveyard if they wanted to. That's exactly what they're doing. Yep, White Binder F in order to summon. Banishing our graveyard. They're going to link off the March Hare into Link Decoder, right? And then, are they going to make Heart Scripter? Are they going to make something else? Setting MTP makes sense. Ah, they've got the Wizard, yep. Wow, they can make Heart Scripter with Wizard plus Link Decoder plus Dormouse, or they could change your monster to defense mode. I suppose that's a possibility as well. Listen, some people are really out here just clicking yellow buttons. Oh, that's good. Red Ransom with no targets left in deck, really? Or did they just... Oh, Droll, and Lockbird, yep. We activated Droll and Lockbird earlier, I forgot about that. Linking away their whole board to make the Allied Code Talker here. Choosing not to battle, too, wow. Rather odd, a bit peculiar. We're going to Dragon's Mind to their MTP, stopping the banish. Although we could have also Ash Blossomed it, I think. Although we can also just reset the Dragon's Mind, so... Oh no, because it banishes when it leaves the field, never mind. Alright, at this point, I feel like our Maliss opponent has, like, cycled through everything, right? Except for Heart Scripter, which they never summoned for some reason. I'll be honest, I'm a little confused as to why our Maliss opponent did not try to go Heart Scripter Access Code OTK, but I guess that works out for us, right? Alright, thank you very much for that game, Rag. We still have time for one more, though. Let's go ahead and check out that last one. And finally, we have Violet Rose, who has also cooked up a pretty interesting sounding pile deck. I think this is the game that we're going to end up watching here. So we are on Going Second, Mikonko, Sky Striker, Infernoble. So it's like a warrior pile deck with all of the warrior stuff that wants to go second, which sounds really, really cool. We have a Millennium Engine in here as well. Very eager to see how this one plays out. And then our opponent is going to be on good old Miturugi Rising. So I think we're looking at this game in particular because this one uses all of the engine. Although we could have also, looks like there was another game against Lunalight. Are we getting that right? Yeah, where they beat the unbeatable quote-unquote Lunalight board. Anyway, yeah, I was very eager to see how this played out here. Because I've definitely, of course, seen the Makonko going second decks. I've seen Infernoble warrior piles with Makonkos, but I don't think I've ever seen the pile deck going second, or specifically this pile deck going second. Very patient with that Fuelos there. We're gonna wait until they fire off the Ice Ryzeal. Gonna draw, or they're gonna search the X off the sword. X dumping Eclipse Twins. And now they're gonna make a 3... Okay, so they're just going into the fast detonator line. Summoning Detonator in as few, plays as possible. Okay, no, but they are gonna make more plays here. They're gonna go for the Ritual. Oh, and they're summoning Mitama from hand, so it doesn't give us a Fuelos draw. Okay, that makes sense. There is actually a solid argument for our opponent to summon the Murakumo from deck anyway. Like, it would give us a draw, but it would also give them a lot more interaction and another search. Okay, looks like they are going to do it. Like, if our opponent doesn't already have access to, like, Prayers and or Great Purification, then this is definitely the right play on their part. Like, again, it gives us another draw, but this is one of those scenarios where I think a draw would be worth it for them. Oh, they're going to keep going. They're giving us another draw to get another draw themselves. That, I think, is a little bit less worth it, personally. It happened to give us Maxi, too, which is not ideal for them, but... We're going to lead with the Noble Arts Museum. Pay 1200, they're going to use Detonator against it. So, no Museum F. Normal summon our Hare. Here's their Maxi against the Fire Flint Lady. And we're not even using Call By here. Wow, okay. Confident. Or maybe we just know that we don't need to negate their Maxi. Okay, so linking Fire Flint Lady plus Hare. Is this Isolde? Yes, okay. Revive Saji, sure. I could also see a world where we're like just more concerned about Isolde resolving than getting Max Seed. That is exactly the case. Yep, and now we're going to use Call By against the Ash Blossom. That's one of those cases where it's like, that's the difference between level 1 thinking and level 2 thinking, right? I was on level 1 thinking, where I was like, why not Call By Max Seed? But Violet Rose knew that the Ash Blossom was going to be a lot more threatening, so saving the Call By to use against it, yeah, that's a level 2 thinking play there if I've ever seen it. Man, every time I see the Infernoble pile deck pop off, I'm always just like so in awe of the brain power it must take. It's a deck with a lot of moving pieces. We're going to Detonator on the Mayawashi Dori here. Hare can still add the Aberesk. Now Turpin activates equipping to Hare. They're going to chain Miturugi Prayers. Looks like they want to wipe our board and not have to deal with this stuff anymore. Now we can Max see them. And looks like they're going to add and then summon. Turpin equips, now Murakumo pops. And we're going to go engage. Now here's our Sky Striker engine, which gives us access to Hornet drones. Oh, and the token is a warrior. I thought the token was a machine for some reason. Alright, we're going to link into Kagari. Kagari F activating here, adding back the engage. Honestly, Infernoble is a deck where I could very easily see us doing 17 more special summons, right? Like, I think maybe potentially one of the other reasons we let the Maxi's resolve was to deck them out. Again, I don't know that for sure, but I would not be surprised if that ended up being the case. Like, if we end up decking them out here. Alright, we can pop their Murakumo, summoning out Ray and Rose. They can revive Murakumo, but that just gives us a draw. I like how they summoned the Murakumo in defense mode. You can tell our opponent's like a lot more scared now. Alright, here's the Oh, I didn't know you could do both chain effects on the same chain link. That's cool. Okay, opponents firing off Joel and Lockbird. They said enough. I don't want to get decked out. Oh, that's really good. Now they can make Little Knight. Little Knight is going to try to banish Detonator. They're going to chain Detonator to pop Little Knight. We can chain Little Knight to banish itself and the Mitama. Getting two of their things out of the way here. Now we're going to go for the Shark Cannon, revive their X-Ryzeal. Activate Aberrask to equip to Murakumo. Huli will then be summoned. We're now going to go for Millennium Golem as well as the Angelica's Angelic Ring. And that's actually going to be the end of our turn. Angelica's Ring negates the Mirror, or the Miturugi Ritual, rather. Pairs adds Aramasa by tributing Habakiri. Okay, there's the Mirror. I was really surprised they didn't have access to it yet. Alright, Mirror is going to tribute the Mitama. Are they going to revive Murakumo with this? Yes, looks like that is the case here. Now, Huli only protects against targeting, so Murakumo does threaten to board wipe it here. I believe, if I remember right. Oh, they are on Great Purification, okay. No, it is protected from card effects. For some reason, I always think that Huli can be destroyed by card effects. Target. Oh, it must have been Aberrask. Yeah, Aberrask protects it. Okay, got it. I'm just laughing because, like, our opponent is struggling so much, and, like, all we have right now is basically a monster that is untargetable and undestroyable. And yet Ryzeal just, like, is floundering against it here. Yeah, look at that! They can't do anything! Oh, that's so good. Was that a surrender or a time limit? That was a time limit. I wondered if that was the case. That's good stuff. Thank you very much, Violet Rose, as well as everybody else who submitted for this week. I love the viewer special, love watching your games, and we could not do this series without you all. So thank you. But that's going to do it for now. Let us move on to our outro. Hey everybody, Hexlex here. Thank you so very much for watching all the way to the very end of the video, which, by the way, is one of the best ways to support the channel. Speaking of supporting the channel, take a look at the names on screen. These are folks who have been so generous as to either join as a YouTube member or subscribe over on patreon.com/Hexlex to support. There's also perks for doing so. If you would like to see YouTube videos early, as well as some exclusive videos that get uploaded to YouTube, but for one reason or another I decide not to publish, definitely go ahead and hit that join button to see content early, as well as some exclusive content. If you're looking for more exclusive content, over on patreon.com, I upload exclusive videos that are not posted on YouTube just about every single day. Whether you choose to subscribe over on Patreon, join as a YouTube member, or simply continue to watch, your support is greatly appreciated. Thank you so very much. But for now, this is Hexlex. I am signing out, and I hope that you have a fantastic day.